Good evening, everyone. Let's start. साहिल तो सुबह आ गया, अभी शाम को आ गया. Harshita, how are you? Great. Niyati, let's start, beta. See, yesterday we did this topic. Shamli Rande. Yesterday we did this topic, if you remember, how to build core competencies. No, no problem. Beta, welcome, welcome. Yesterday we studied Vrin analysis, if you remember. No? Give things to the people which are valuable, rare, non-imitable, non-substitutable. Then, beta, today we are going to study very interesting topic called as value chain analysis. Value chain analysis, very interesting, important also, and very big. If you start reading on your own, most of the times you don't know when it gets over, because it doesn't get over only. It runs into many pages, but what we need to study in this, the concept which was propounded by Michael Porter. Let's understand better. I think I can start. It's almost 6 o'clock. Value chain analysis, no beta, we are supposed to study the concept, then this particular illustration, what it wants to show, that part. Then beta, we are supposed to know what is the use, what is core competencies, and there was another point, beta. Yeah, these all things, use of value chain, what is core competency, what is managing linkages, it's a part of that only, internal, external linkages, TQM, and then beta, competitive advantage. All these will be a part of value chain analysis only. So it's a very big concept. Understand, so I know this very well. So if you pay attention, concept is clear, then afterwards reading, understanding becomes easy. See, it goes something like this. Value chain analysis. Yeah. First thing, beta, the concept was presented by Michael Porter. So they can ask at times Porter's analysis. So it's value chain analysis. Now, what is the meaning of value chain analysis? See, yesterday we studied any person who's doing business and is surviving, it's because he possesses some kind of core competencies. So I'm audible, beta? You can listen to me now. Now listen. I said anyone who's doing business, for so many years, because he has some core competencies. These core competencies are the unique strength which a business organization possesses. So what a business organization is supposed to do, it is supposed to add such kind of competencies and become so strong that others cannot replace it from the market. So beta, the question is, what do you mean by add core competencies? Beta, if a company manufacturing a product is good in one thing, so the competitor can develop that thing and take away a bigger share of the market. So you will not get the advantage for a longer period of time. So what you need to do, you need to go on adding the competencies, plus points. And when you go on adding the plus points, the competencies, what happens is that you are actually in the process creating value. Value, when I say, I mean what, students? Imagine a customer buys a product and that customer says, boss, the product is very good. I am getting from this particular product value for money. Meaning I don't mind paying 100 rupees to buy this particular product. A person who buys an iPhone for 1,25,000 has no qualms when he pays that 1,25,000. Because with that product, he gets so many features with that product. No? So, but uncle says, you are doing the business because you have core competency. Go on adding the core competencies. These core competency will give value to the product. Customer wouldn't mind paying a price. And what you do when you build up such valuable things or such positive features in your product, you create a chain of all those value adding activities, and that would be called as value chain analysis. I'll give an example. A concept padana tha lekin but what is value chain analysis? One good example I gave in the morning batch also. It goes something like this. See, in a country like USA, you know, the richest country in the world. But USA's national income is $27 trillion. India's national income is how much? $2.7 trillion. So they have national income which is 10 times more. First thing. Then beta, the country's population, US is approximately 27 crores. We were yesterday evening 136 crore. Imagine huge population and national income is very less. And when I say this, beta, I have at the back of my mind, out of this $2.7 trillion that India has as national income, I think $1 trillion is with Ambani and Adani, isn't it? If you go through the business news, last year Adani was able to earn 500%. He was able to add up his wealth by 500%. I was preparing some project for my son. I had to tell him, Shivam, India's national income is falling. But here is one person whose worth has gone up by 5 times, 500%. Strange. Jai Modi ji. Now come to the point. We are 136 crore people, $2.7 trillion. In my country, students, when we say poverty, so we talk of absolute poverty. And that is what 2,250 calories of food a person should get in a day. And if a person gets 20 to 50 calories of food per day, then government of India says that particular person is rich. So you may not have clothes to wear, house to stay, only 20 to 50 calories and you are rich. And beta, 20 to 50 calories, if you come to our place, Punjabis, you have 2 aloo ka paratha. Those 2 aloo ka paratha will give you 20 to 50 calories. And imagine today in the morning, if I had an aloo ka paratha, and after that I took lecture, 3 hours, I'm hungry again. Now before the lecture, I had a cup of tea, I had 2-3 biscuits. Again in the night, I'll eat something. So a normal person to live, keep his body and soul together, 20 to 50 calories is not sufficient. Let's be very clear. In fact, with this 20 to 50 calorie, maybe a person will not die because of hunger, but he'll either be fit. But there is so much poverty in my country, absolute poverty. That is why government has these parameters, 20 to 50 calories. We are actually studying value chain analysis, but with this example, I can make it clear. US sold in $27 trillion. US, if a person gets food to eat, clothes to wear, house to stay, if he is getting education, entertainment, and that person has only one car, so that person is considered to be poor. Imagine our rich, no clothes to wear, no house to stay, only 20 to 50 calories. Still is rich. And in America, a person gets not only food, clothing, shelter, education, entertainment, and one car also. Still he is considered to be poor. So the difference. So many a times people would be wondering why we were born in this country. And then don't give me the nonsense, no, this country, that country. It's all stupidity. In Bombay, Bacha, today I see this. Again, government has started the lockdown. So there are people who just came back from the villages in search of work. They are once again going back to UP and Bihar. What happens, students? Imagine. People are like kide makode, you know. What life they are leading? Poor people. America, imagine the poor also has one car. Now, for the value chain analysis, I have this example I'll just share with you. US, there used to be one company by the name Ford Motors. Henry Ford had started that company. And there was another company by the name General Motors. General Motors used to do business in India also, if you know. They used to make that ambassador cars. You know? So two companies were there. And since in America, everyone would have a car. And if today in India, students, you find three people in a family, there are three mobile phones. In America, if there are three people, they'll be having at least two cars. That much demand for cars was there. And these two companies, Ford and General Motors, had a duopoly. You understand duopoly? Duopoly, two sellers, and they had good market share. Super. Doing excellent business, earning good profit, and customers were also happy. You know why customers are happy? Because they don't know what is better than this in the market. This is what they know, so they have to be contented with that. People adjust themselves with this particular product. Now, what happened? In the 1970s, Japanese companies were doing very good technologically. There a lot of technological progress they were making. And one Japanese automobile company, Toyota, was making very good cars. So they wanted to enter the American market. America is a free economy. So, beta, is it fine? Please come, welcome. Toyota thought we have the best of the cars, so we'll be able to make inroads into the American market and get good profit because money will get in the form of dollars and dollar rates were very high. So, beta, first year Toyota entered, Ford was there, General Motor was there, and Toyota entered, set up its showroom and said, we will make car in other part of the world. We'll bring the cars over here and sell. Some showrooms they had set up. But first year, Toyota's performance was miserable. They couldn't make good number of sales in that particular country. So problem is, kya kare? What to do? Why people are not buying Toyota? So there are people who said, sir, people are not buying Toyota. Reason is they don't have access to your cars, meaning you do not have sufficient number of showrooms. But America is 7 times bigger than India. So you don't have as many showrooms as such as should be there. And Ford and General Motor cars are easily accessible. Showrooms are there. So second year they did what? They did started a number of showrooms and advertisement was made. But again, second year students, Ford Motors clicked, General Motors clicked, Toyota was a super flop. So the problem is now we've invested also more, did set up so many showrooms, still problem. Now what? Someone said, sir, showroom what? You need to have service centers also. So they did spend a lot of money, started service center, third year. Ford Motor did good, General Motor and this particular company failed. For 5 years, student Toyota couldn't make a proper, setting in that particular country. So somewhere the Japanese were having a feeling, did we do a mistake coming to US, a big market, and we'll have to pay a big price for it. Please understand. That time, one particular person who was a management guru, he says, sir, what Toyota is giving to the customers in America, right? That the customers are already getting from Ford and General Motors. So you're giving cars, General Motors also give cars, Ford also give cars. You say we have good showrooms, they also have. We have good service centers, they also have. Why will the customers come to you? Customer will come to you if you have something more to offer. And mind you, in a country like America, people would not buy things because they are cheaper. In India, we may buy because for us, money is a big problem. America, which is a rich country, you can't sell things over there because they're cheaper. You need to sell goods over there because they are good. So in sixth year, Toyota came with a particular strategy. And what was the strategy? They said, we are introducing cars which are 100% defective free car. Okay. 100% defect free cars, when they said, that made some noise. People in America, students were astonished. Oh my God. 100% defect free car. But at times you have to play to the gallery. See the hypocrisy behind this. One hand you are saying service centers are there. And on the other hand you are saying defect free car. Matlab you are making what? You understand my point, Nasail? You are making a Rahul Gandhi out of them. You are telling them on one hand defect free car and then you are saying service center. But some of the Americans thought, we have a Ford Motor car, we have a General Motor car. Let's try Toyota for once. And students, people started buying Toyota. Once they started buying Toyota car, what happened? These people in the informal talk started saying, oh my God, I bought a Toyota and Toyota gives me a very good driving experience. The other person says, oh yes, driving experience is good. At the same time, the pickup of the car is much more better. Oh yes. The third person says, sir, pickup, forget it. That car is fuel efficient. Then someone says, sir, it's not only fuel efficient. What? The spare parts and all those particular things are cheaper. Then someone says, my dear, it's 100% defect free. So all these things, good driving experience, good pickup, fuel efficiency, then some other particular features, 100% defect free. What are all these things? These are all those things which are, come on, tell me, adding what? Value to the product. Harshita, right, beta? So what you are supposed to do? You have to go on adding values and give more and more benefits to the customer. The insurance, Toyota came with a variety of cars, sedan also, hatchback also, SUVs also. Result is what? Informally, people in America started talking good about Toyota. So when a person wanted to buy a new car, he would say, "Now, boss, I'll buy a Toyota." So Toyota should demand increased. Toyota demand increased, and in some time, Ford Motors became bankrupt. General Motors were not making good amount of profit. It felt left out. And Toyota started ruling the American market. What am I doing, students? Be very clear. When I want to sell something, be very clear. I should be able to give to the customers more than what the existing sellers are giving. Then not one special thing, host of things as such. And when I give all those things together, customer will get a feeling, boss, I've got my value for money. And the moment he feels satisfied, customer should not go home feeling cheated. Sara pagal banaya. No, 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 no. If he goes at home feeling with the feeling of being cheated, he will tell 1,000 people, yeah, the product is bad, don't buy. But if he goes happy, he will tell 1 lakh people, yeah, the product is very good. So, beta, remember one thing, it is said now, you can fool some people sometime. You can fool all people sometime. You cannot fool all people all the times. What Toyota did, quality, services. What Ford and General Motors were doing was what Bajaj was doing in our country. It became complacent. Complacent means what? Comfortable. They thought they too are there. They both will decide and they'll bring the cars. But Toyota brought cars in America with so many benefits that it did win a bigger market share. So, beta, you're creating value in every stage. This I can present it like this also. Please pay attention. It is said every company has resources, men, material, machine, method, market, and money. Every company has these resources. That company which utilizes these resources properly, and in every stage of production they do something good. In every stage of distribution there's something good, better than what the competitor is doing. What happens? They create value. Imagine one particular company with its resources, get me right please, makes a mobile phone, an iPhone, and sells in the market for 1,25,000. And Sahil buys that phone without thinking, without blinking his eye. He says, I'll buy this phone, 1,25,000. And there is another company, Surin, which struggles to sell a particular phone for 20,000 rupees also. Why? Because this particular company is just giving a mobile phone. What iPhone is doing, iPhone is not giving a phone, it is giving an experience. If people have money, I think everyone would buy an iPhone. Beta, Niyati, am I right? Bansali, why beta? Because it's good quality. You're getting my point. It is good quality. People who have used it, they say. And there are people who are ready to pay price because it gives you what? Come on, value for. So this particular company succeeds because it uses its resources properly. Maybe a Lava doesn't succeed. Why? It is not doing that much homework which Apple is able to do. One more example. See, Harshita says, sir, I love account subject. Well, great. Says I like the way the sir writes on the board, presents the lecture. Excellent. So the question is, साहिल सेज मारवाड़ी कि सर अकाउंट्स तो मेरा बाय हाथ का खेल, बैलेंस शीट टैली हो जाता है, बंसाली तो बोलते सम देख के टैली हो जाएगा, बट बेटा सीए इंटर में यू हैव टू राइट अकाउंट्स पेपर ओनली? नो, यू आर सपोज्ड टू राइट एफएम आल्सो, कॉस्टिंग आल्सो, इकोनॉमिक्स आल्सो एंड एसएम आल्सो ना बेटा, मेरा सब्जेक्ट भी तो है. So if you have to clear your inter, you need to be good in one subject or you need to be good in all. Come on. Value chain would mean what, students? Today, be very clear. Every activity that you're supposed to do, you become good, better, best. Then what will happen? You will be able to have an impact in the market. Otherwise, beta, in this competitive world, I'm sorry to say, you'll be thrown away. Okay? See this part. Now, value chain analysis, I said the first part presented by Michael Porter. What does this illustration state? Listen properly. See, Michael Porter tells like this, beta. In the production, we generally have some primary activities. But understanding should be what? Pay attention. But it is said in the past, now, a company, listen, example is important. There's a company, let us say Godrej refrigerator. Whatever refrigerator they used to make and sell, customers would buy that refrigerator. Please understand. Whatever they make, they sell, customers would buy. Reason is that time competition was not there. People had to buy whatever the seller had to offer. Today times have changed. Today there is intense competition. There is globalization. New better things are introduced every day. So Michael Porter says, if that is the case, you don't sell what you want to sell. Rather sell what the customer wants to buy. When the customer buys the product and pays 50, 60,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh rupees for a product, he should have a feeling he has got value for money. Otherwise, better if he feels cheated, he will never come back again. I'll tell you, in Bangalore, where we used to stay, Malleshwaram, in the evening time, after taking lecture, from morning 6:30, 8 o'clock I remember I used to get free. And Malleshwaram I used to feel very hungry. Punjabis are bhook bahut lagti. And very hungry, so one day what I did, Suraj, now we have Punjabis, so I would prefer to have that golgappe, pani puri. And one person was selling that, I had it. I think he charged me some 15, 20 rupees. But then, Surya, it was so horrible. I just said I will never have pani puri in my life now. Such a bad taste. Then I saw a particular person in a shop selling idli. And there were so many people. Idli was how much? I think 20 rupees. And he gave hot idlis. As much as chutney you want, you have. Bombay, they don't give chutney free, or they charge a lot. There he gave, and believe me, 21 days I was there. Every day I had that to eat. Why? I felt I'm getting value for money. So, beta, this is the way you win customers. Don't get me wrong, JK Shah classes. Today, the students who come over here to study, the parents used to be students of JK sir. Okay. So the parents come and see JK sir, they get frightened. Arey baap re, sir idhar khada hai. Sir is very strict. Now, somewhere student, then the parents feel very happy. Oh, now my son, my daughter will be proper. They will become a C. Why? Because that time student, the father became a chartered accountant. And now he knows he is the best in the industry today. So if that is the case, beta, what JK sir is doing is creating value. Imagine there are so many coaching classes which takes lectures. Sir over here says take lectures, conduct exams, correct papers, give them the papers, tell them what are the problems, then solve those problems, and ensure that the child who comes over here becomes a chartered accountant. Job done. If so much they do, then beta, why will a student not come over here? It's as simple as that. So value chain analysis, beta, be very clear. Michael Porter says now you can't sell what you want to sell. You should sell what the customer wants to buy. For that, there are two set of activities. Mind you, primary activities. These vertical ones are primary activities. अभी देखो क्या है बेटा primary activities. First it says is inbound logistics. अच्छा, one second. Inbound logistics means what? I'm manufacturing something, so for manufacturing I need raw material. So I'll bring the raw material in the factory. Then I'll process. So the next point comes the operations. Right? दिख रहा है बेटा? Madam, right? Niyati, first was what beta? Inbound logistics. After that come on operations. Now the goods are ready. Outbound logistics, you have to take out of the factory. When you take out of the factory in the go down, now you're supposed to sell. So marketing and sales. And if you have sold, let us say a product like air conditioner, then it needs service also. Na? So service is to be done. This used to be the primary process in the past when goods were sold, whatever they were made. Today, beta, we make only those goods which the customers want. So Michael Porter says, sir, your primary activities should be supported by what your support activities. See the first thing it's written over there, procurement. Please understand now. I said the first activity was inbound logistics. You're bringing in raw material in the factory. Procurement says, first thing, don't just bring raw material in the factory. Find out what are the different sources from where you can procure the raw material. Meaning, you can buy it from India, you can buy it from China. It will be cheaper, right? Find out where it is cheaper. Find out where you'll get it in a regular basis and buy it as per the requirements of the customers. So the customer tomorrow when he buys the product, he feels happy, na boss. What I wanted, I got that. Don't sell, beta. I told you what you want to sell. Okay. So procurement. So along with inbound logistics, do procurement. So you have the best of the raw material, cheaper raw material, and regular supply of raw material. Then operations. Operation means manufacturing. No, wait. Have technological development. Meaning, technological development would mean what students go on, ensure that the product is durable, but the cost becomes less. Cut back. Why? Because students, I cannot increase the price. So what can I do to increase my profit? I can reduce the cost. So do research and development, technological development. Then when I employ the best people for the right job, human resource management. After that, students, it says is firm's infrastructure. Have the best infrastructure so that inbound operations, outbound marketing, there is a proper linkage in this activity. Everything is linked properly so that the customers get the goods as per the requirement. There should be a linkage between these activities as well as a linkage between primary and secondary activities. So that the customers at no point of time feel they are being cheated. They are getting value for money. Value chain analysis. See, there's so many things, but I'll read something prominent so that the rest of the things you can understand. See, as it is already discussed that competitive advantages are dependent on core competencies. It's a very well-known fact that anyone that is any competitor can imitate your competitive advantage, but imitating core competency is very difficult. That means what advantage what you have now that they can copy, but something unique strength that you have, it will be very difficult for others to copy. Pay attention. I told you in my last lecture, DMart purchases 400 tons of surf powder from Hindustan Unilever. A shopkeeper can do that. It cannot do. Hundreds and thousands of shopkeepers are there. None of them can do that. So, beta, it goes like that as such. See, the resources are of no value unless deployed into activities and organized into system and routines which ensure that products or services are produced which are valued by the final consumer. Right? I said you have resources, but how do you use these resources is important. Then, beta, it's that expression given primary is inbound operations, all that stuff. Any activity which supports primary, so it's procurement, technological, human resource, all. What is the use? Then what are the core competency of small shops? Small shop students, personalized service to customers, extended opening hours. I mean, they open in the morning. Maybe a big bazaar would open at 10 o'clock. Here it is open at 6:30 only in the morning. Informal, easy credit, home delivery, proximity. Proximity means what? It is near the place where you stay, whereas supermarkets will be at those places which are frequented by many people. So they may be near to the railway stations. They may be some near to offices as such, right? They may be near to some big housing complexes, not necessarily where you stay. So proximity is not. And these all advantages are there as such. Managing linkages, students, I said you have to link all the activities, inbound, operations, outbound, internal linkages, that is within the company, and external linkages. External linkages means what, students? Linkages with what? The primary and support activities, so that we can have TQM. TQM, beta, you know very well, it's called as total quality management. So there are questions that was asked last time. What is TQM? What is Six Sigma? Very easy. TQM means what, students? When you are manufacturing a product, try to bring 100% efficacy. The product should be defect free. Every stage of production, the process which is going through, ensure that you have 100% accuracy. And Six Sigma says in 10 lakh units of goods that you make, you'll be able to achieve Six Sigma if the defective pieces are only 3.4. Matlab kya beta? 10 lakh computers are made, let us say, 10 lakh laptops are made. And on this 10 lakh laptops, 3.4 are only defective. So it means what? You are using your resources properly, giving the best quality of the product to the customer, and defect-free product. Now, why? How come? Beta 10 lakh mein 3.4 pieces are defective. It's fine. In fact, I remember one particular illustration we used to study. Japan, when American companies used to give them order for Dell computers, laptops, they used to manufacture it in Japan. Japanese company would say, sir, with great difficulty we manufacture the best of the products. But it takes a lot of difficulties and pain to make 3.4 units which are defective. So please, next time when you give orders, don't give us order for defective products. Getting my point? That when a particular company does, it means what? It's actually giving importance to quality. The day you become quality conscious, TQM will be here to stay. Six Sigma defect-free production. Every stage but a quality control check will be there. And then when the customer gets the product, he feels so happy. Believe me, bacha, a person buys a Nike shoes for 3,000 rupees. He treasures it, yeah. Why? Good product. A person buys, let us say, a Sony television, he's so happy because every particular stage of production, quality control checks were there. Forget that. You buy a jockey undergarment, there you'll find so many labels which expresses what quality control checks were done, and then you realize that particular product you can use it for a longer period of time. Customer next time will buy a jockey only. It goes like that. Students. Now, this part, students. Now, how do we identification test this? You can just go through it. It's very easy. Next part we have is competitive advantage. Mind you, if a question is asked value chain analysis, it's 4 marks. I have given student 12 pages. So only what I explained, that you need to remember properly. Competitive advantage, this is very, this can be a 6-mark question. What we are supposed to study in this, what is competitive advantage? Then beta, sustainability of competitive. Very important. Maja aata hai. This is a very good topic. Appropriate, and then value creation. Chalo, I explain this, students. Kindly pay attention. Competitive advantage. Let's start. See, let's understand. Now, please pay attention. Competitive advantage means what? See, it goes something like this. Sahil, समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ बेटा, everyone else? अर्शिता, विनय, प्रकृति, नियति, हाँ बेटा, understand ना? अनुषा, ऋतिक, दीक्षित आए. Why are videos off? So anyway, kindly pay attention. Say I'll give you an example, kindly pay attention. Competitive advantage. Morning batch, I gave a very good relevant example, students. I'll start with that only. Say it's like this. In India, students, in the aviation industry, we used to have a company by the name Air India. You know, Air India was initially Tata Airlines. Then government students, Dadagiri, they took it over and made 2 companies, Air India and Indian Airlines. Government companies, and today Indian Airlines is sold off, students. Air India is controlling that. And you know that both these companies are making loss. So loss-making companies. Air India is also loss. Indian Airlines also used to make losses. There was a company by the name Deccan Airways. Deccan Airways, one South Indian film was also made, Udan. You have seen that film? No, forget it. So Deccan Airways was also there. Loss. King of Good Times, Kingfisher Airways. Loss. There was a company Jet Airways. Loss. Or break even they would manage. Now, but everyone in the airline industry who is there would say, someone is saying something, King is gone. Okay. King of Good Times, King has gone. Now, beta, these all companies which were there in the aviation industry used to suffer loss. But then in the aviation industry, there was another player by the name Indigo Airlines. You heard of it? Yes? Indigo Airline students, surprisingly, used to make profit. Not just profit, but abnormal profit. Its 10 rupee share was almost 1800 rupees in the share market. These all companies, so students, what? Government companies, they were loss making. Now imagine, you have 7 to 8 players in a particular market doing business, out of which 6 are suffering from loss, and one particular company is there who is a competitor of these particular companies making abnormal profit. that makes me say that Indigo Airlines is enjoying competitive advantage. So, beta, what is competitive advantage when you are in a particular line of business and you realize that you are able to get a higher percentage of profit compared to your competitors, then beta, you are enjoying competitive advantage. Example number two. Say, listen, in India, bacha, there are so many people that are doing textile business, right? So many people are there in the textile business. So I have some friends of mine. What is TGE? TGE क्या होता है बेटा? Who is this? TGE where I've written competitive advantage बेटा. Competitive advantage I've written. कोई डाउट है क्या विनय? हाँ बच्चा, अनम्यूट कर खुद को. Unmute yourself. Any doubt? Vinay?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, beta?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, what is the reason behind Indigo going such a profit, sir? Gaining so much?
You have no idea?
No, sir, I have no idea.
Oh my God! I thought you'll be having. I'm sorry. I'll tell, beta. Sahil will tell. Sahil, कुछ बोल बेटा.
Yes, sir.
Why you feel Indigo was making abnormal profit?
It offered like economy class, like other flights offered business class also, but Indigo flights gave only economy class, which middle class could afford.
Yeah.
So they got a competitive advantage over that, and that was their core competitive that core competency.
Good, very good. Anyone else, beta? He's right. Vinay, you know what was the case, beta? Indigo was supposed to be a no frills airline. No frills means what? Imagine if you travel in Air India, Indian Airlines, Deccan, KFA. KFA, if you travel, suppose, they would immediately give you a particular can of beer to drink. Then you would say, I want some chakna also. I want something to eat also. Then they will give you that particular thing. Then the air hostess will come and the air hostess will be dressed so well. And then you ask her to give something. She would oblige by giving all those things. Right? That added to the cost. Second thing, beta, the planes that they bought, as Sahil rightly said, in these planes, you had only economy class seats. You did not have that reserved class, no? Business class. If business class was there were only 6 seats. Rest 294 seats were economy class. So they could afford to give the services at a lesser price. And beta, the best part is what over here, even a glass of water they would not offer. And if you tell the air hostess to give a glass of water to drink, now, she will throw that water on your face. In the sense that, she used to treat you in such a manner as if you are a bukhad. You can't afford water also as such. So cost was very less. And second thing, beta, don't get me wrong, Indigo airline was the most disciplined airline. If it's a 7 o'clock flight in the morning, so the flight would leave actually at 7 o'clock in the morning. I used to go to Raipur for my lectures. My lecture was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. So, beta, 7 o'clock I used to take a flight. 9 o'clock I was in Raipur. 9:30 I would check out. 10 o'clock I'll be there taking my lecture. Perfect. Once I did take a Air India flight. 7 o'clock time was right. But the morning 7 o'clock flight, now I got it in the evening 7 o'clock. So 7 a.m. became 7 p.m. समझ में आ रहा है? That kind of discipline. In fact, no discipline. So who would trust Air India? Next time, beta, once we were supposed to go to Leh Ladakh and in the Air India plane. My flight was supposed to leave in the morning at 6:30. So 4 o'clock, 4, we were in the airport. We couldn't sleep. And we realized that the problem is from Delhi we had a connecting flight to go to Leh Ladakh. Here the flight Air India left only 4 hours late. By the time the flight left from here, my connecting flight had gone. My friends had already reached Leh Ladakh. So what should I do now? So Air India, beta, horrible. Your SC bus services which are there now, that will be more disciplined. Air India, I'm sorry. Discipline to hai nahi. And it is becoming a white elephant in the sense that so much money government is putting on these companies and these people are not at all bothered to do their business activities properly. There can be some political reasons for that we'll not discuss, but understood the point now. Why Indigo? Because of discipline, yeah. As simple as that. Textile industry. Second example I'll give, pay attention. Textile industry, beta, there are so many companies, textile manufacturers. You ask these textile manufacturers, how is the business? Bola, chalta hai. Profit hai, kya kuch profit hai? How much profit? But 10% profit. Someone who's Punjabi, 12% profit. Marwadi bolega nahi, loss में धंधा चल. Anyway, so Punjabi थोड़ा boast करता है ना, तो 12%. ये तो गुजराती बोलेगा 1 or 2%. मारवाड़ी तो loss में. But they are getting 10-12% profit. Okay. Now imagine everyone in the textile industry getting this much profit. And there is a company by the name Bombay Dyeing. There is a company by the name Raymond's. Understand please. When you ask these companies, they say, oh, sir, we get a profit of 50%. Bombay Dyeing will say 60%. Raymond would say 70%. So one wonders, same business, how come one is getting 10%, other is getting 50, 60, 70%? If other is getting so much profit, basically what is he getting? He's getting a competitive advantage. Now in the morning batch, one student wrote, sir, these companies have a brand name. Yes, and Indians' kidneys are not working. People today are very much impressed with the brand name and they buy things because of its brand. Now, my dear friends, I'll tell you one important thing. I'm in Bombay, but I know textile hub of India. Bombay it used to be. Bombay Dyeing used to have a factory here in Bombay. Raymond also used to have a factory in Bombay. But for your information, today land prices has increased so much now. The factory where Bombay Dyeing used to have, the place where Bombay Dyeing used to have the factory in Bombay, Worli, Bombay Dyeing students sold this property to Donald Trump for construction of Trump Tower. You know, Donald Trump was a builder, no? So, bacha, now we have a Trump Tower over there in that place. Raymond full factory is purchased by a builder by the name Hiranandani Builders. So, Sahil, kya hua beta? Now, Bombay Dyeing mein, there is no manufacturing that is done. Raymond mein no manufacturing that is done. But they sell what? Shirting, suiting, they sell what? Bed sheets, towels, Bombay Dyeing. And they make so much profit. You know, tragedy is what in my country, beta? Bombay Dyeing and Raymond, they all buy the fabric from a place in the outskirts of Bombay called as Bhiwandi. There is a place in Gujarat called as Surat, where you have a number of textile mills. And these people from Bombay Dyeing, Raymond will go to Bhiwandi, go to Surat, buy cloth from there, and put the initials of Bombay Dyeing, put the initials of Raymond. They may buy it for a price of, let us say, 300 rupees meter and sell it for 1500 rupees meter. And then people would say, Mara paas se to Bombay Dyeing no chadar che. So abhi fir uske upar. Meaning what? Prakriti, they are making a fool of them. Why? Because of the brand. Raymond also that. Vinay, understanding? Raymond also that. What Raymond is doing? Raymond has no factory to manufacture. Raymond gets it made in Bhiwandi in Surat and puts the name Raymond. He may buy the cloth, let us say, shooting fabric for 500 rupees meter and may sell it for 5,000 rupees meter. And I said, Indians' kidney is not functioning. They don't have brains. We go so much after branded products as such that they buy it for 5,000. Take another example, beta. See this, you'll be shocked when I say this. There is a Sindhi who is the owner of Action Shoes. ठीक है, अभी मैं क्या करूँ, सिंधी है तो सिंधी बोलेगा ना. Action shoe बनाता है. Action shoe he would sell at a price of 999. Still people would not buy. बोला पापड़ करूँ क्या? I'm selling it at not even 1,000 rupees, 990 and people are not buying. So one day the Sindhi was told by Nike, अरे पापड़ मीरचंदानी मेरे लिए जूता बनाएगा? बोला रे जरूर बनाएगा. Now student, that Action Shoe is making shoes for Nike. Right? Same factory, same premises, only some design, some technology they have changed. And that shoe they sell in the market for 3,990. Imagine Action Shoe is not getting profit also. From there, Nike gets its shoes made and they sell it at this price. Action Shoe must be getting 750 rupees to make that shoes. पापड़ रोता होएगा बेचारा, मसाला पापड़ बना के खाएगा रात को. Anyway, come to the point, students. Action Shoe is not making profit. Nike is making profit. So Nike is getting what? Come on, tell me, competitive advantage. So beta, first thing is, what is competitive advantage? Come on, tell me, all of you. Advantage, Niyati, come on, tell me. Advantage that, kya beta? A competitor enjoys, which the other competitor are not able to get as such. First thing. Abhi, the most important question is, listen now, you give me the answer. Suppose I am enjoying competitive advantage and I get that advantage 1 year. That's it. I should be happy for that. Pagal hai kya? So I have to live a long life now. So company would say, imagine a beta, Bombay Dyeing doesn't make cloth today. It sells cloth and it makes profit. It would want to make profit for a longer period of time. So what is important? I don't want profit, one would say, for 1 year, 2 years. I want profit for a number of years. So the question is, having competitive advantage is one thing, but you should be able to, see what I've written, sustain competitive advantage. What is Harshita sustain? Sustain means what, beta? I've got it for 1 year, I want it forever. And if I want it forever, students, then I should be very clear. The source of competitive advantage for me, no, the reason why I'm getting competitive advantage should not be perishable, but it should be, come on, tell me, it should be durable. I repeat, I've said what, beta? When I'm getting competitive advantage, be very clear. I should be very clear in my mind. I'm getting this competitive advantage because of whom? Is it because of this? That thing should be not perishable, but it should be durable. Why durable? Better tell me what will happen. So that if it is durable, it will be, come on, what? Long lasting. Take an example. Please listen. There is one coaching classes that takes lectures, let us say in Bangalore. Okay, listen, Sahil. Bangalore mein one coaching classes there that takes lecture. Now, in that particular coaching classes, there is one professor. Students love him. They like him. They like the way he teaches. He makes fun in the class. Maths teacher. Maths teacher is only 30 years of age. So the owner of the class would say what? He will take lectures for at least next 30 years. And I am with him. In all his ups and downs, I'll be with him. I'll give him good money and I'll retain him. Khatak. Durable. Till the long you have the reason with you why you have competitive advantage, bacha, you'll be able to sustain competitive advantage. Take another example. In the morning, I gave this other example. You know, in Bombay, there is one restaurant, student, very good Chinese restaurant. Now they started some Mexican restaurant also along with that. And whenever we would go, there's half an hour waiting, that is true. Now we can't go because of the lockdown. But we used to love going to that particular restaurant. So I would go with my family. My friend also used to accompany me. So my son just cleared his MCom and he was telling, Papa, let's take partnership in this hotel. Well, why, Shiva? This restaurant is doing roaring business. I'll count the money every day. You take your lectures. We'll enjoy. So, beta, when he was telling me that, now why he said, because he realized, hotel is a very good business and the dishes are very expensive, lots of money. So, bacha, when I was listening to him, I said, Shivam, the restaurant is having competitive advantage. There are 3 more restaurants nearby, but this restaurant has maximum rush. I said, beta, why we come over here? He said, Papa, the food is very good. I said, if the food is good, then this particular restaurant has a competitive advantage because of its chef. Attack. Chef is there, restaurant has competitive advantage. My Sindhi friend was with me, Mr. Bambani. Papad kya bolta hai? What he says, Are Giresh, why don't we take that chef only? So what will happen, Arshita? Then that restaurant will not be able to get the competitive advantage. Getting my point. So, what is the reason for competitive advantage? Should be durable. It should be remaining with you. Then, bacha, it should not be transferable. I hope the point is now clear. Transferable ka matlab kya? If I ask the chef how much salary you get, he say I get 75,000. I say, तेरे को मैं 1 lakh रुपया देगा. Tan. Next day there will be rush outside my restaurant. This professor who teaches so well maths in this particular class is getting 2 lakh of rupees. The other classes come there. I'll give you 3 lakh of rupees. Tan. Who jaunchu. So, bacha, that resource which is there with you now should remain with you, durable. It should not be transferring. Then it should not be imitable. Imitable means what? No one should be able to copy that advantage. That sir teaches maths very well. No one should be there who should be able to teach as good as him. Be very clear, bacha. If someone develops that kind of core competency now, your benefit will fade away. Am I right? And last point it is said, appropriability. This is very important. Appropriability, when I say, I give an example, try to understand. You know, the example is something like this. Walt Disney used to say, aur ye bacha mast hai, suno. Walt Disney used to say, my best employees are Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, Tom and Jerry. Niyati, why beta they are the best employees? You know beta, because Walt Disney was not a Gujarati or a Marwadi, but he was a good businessman. What he used to say, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, Tom and Jerry helps me to earn. They are with me for so many years, durable. Others cannot copy them as such. No, it can imitate it. And they are with me, giving me so much income, but they don't, come on fast, they don't charge me anything. So the owner of a company would want which kind of employees? Come on, tell me. Bolo, if a teacher teaches a particular subject and charges 2,000 rupees per hour, and there's another teacher who comes and teaches the same at 500 rupees per hour. Sahil bol, tu kya karega Marwadi? You'll keep the 2,000 a person or 500 a person? 500 यार, it goes without saying. तो ये बहुत प्यारा लगेगा. I'm right, Vijay, hey Vinay, understand na? So bacha, he is getting what share? He's getting a very less share. So if he's getting a very less share, that means the boss is getting a bigger share. So one would say, no, your lecture students have problems. He must be wondering, the person who's teaching was my student only. Okay, but still, but when in his lecture, the 500 rupee lecture, some problems will be there, then he'll say to the, Arey, you are the boss, man, you come. So thinking is like that. In the morning lecture, I gave an example, I'll share with you. One Hindi film is made now, and if you take, let us say, Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar charges 125 crore rupees for a movie. साला इतना पैसा करता क्या है? 125 crore. Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan student almost charge the same. They also take the rights of that films as such. Amir Khan also charges very high amount of money. Buddha Amitabh Bachchan तो पता नहीं क्या है, अभी तो क्या कर रहा है. Anyway, they take crores of rupees to work in a movie. And imagine if I have made that movie, what do I feel now? I took these people, the movie does very good, and I'm left with 200 crores. I earn 200 crores. Out of which 125 crores to Akshay Kumar takes. Deepika Padukone will also be there. She'll not come free. She'll take 25 crores. Other actors will take 20 crore. Rest my kharcha was 10 crore. So how much I was left with? 20 crore only now. That means I was the most poorly paid. अंशुल बाफना, समझ में आ रहा है? अब सोचो, अंशुल बाफना says, sir, what if I don't take Akshay Kumar? Nah, instead of Akshay Kumar, take Ayushmann Khurrana. Hey, Ayushmann Khurrana will come for what price? He'll come for 5 crore. उससे भी छोटा चाहिए, वो कौन सा है? I don't know his name. Rajkumar Rao. Rajkumar Rao will come for 3 crore rupees. He'll touch your feet also. Oi, right now? That's who aunchu. Aja. Imagine if they come and work in the film and the film makes a business of 150 crore. I'll be very happy. I'll be laughing and going towards my bank account. Reason? Come on, very simple. बेटा 3 करोड़ में राजकुमार राव ने काम किया, 5 करोड़ में आयुष्मान खुराना. मनोज बाजपेयी को लाओ, वो तो तुमको 1 करोड़ देके जाएगा काम करने के लिए. You getting my point? So imagine, bacha, if the film makes 100 crore of rupees, tantadan, I'll be happy. So a businessman wants competitive advantage first, which will be durable. Second, something which is not transferable, something which is not imitable. And fourth, students, that source of competitive advantage should be only a source of my income. It should not be a source of my expenditure. Got the point? See, we'll read the notes, students, you'll understand. Kindly pay attention. Competitive advantage. Please listen, beta. Competitive advantage allows a firm to gain an edge over rivals. Remember the examples, please. See, here I have not given examples, beta. I could have just read this now, you would have never understood competitive advantage. I give you 3 examples. I can give you one more example, but beta, then I will not have sufficient time. You remember those 3 examples. I gave the example of Shah Rukh Khan, of those film stars. I gave the example of textile industry. I gave the example of Indigo Airlines. Bombay mein, bacha, take this, छोटे में बता देता हूँ. Bombay mein, there are more than 100 coaching classes. 100 coaching classes. All the coaching classes together, if you add them now, the total number of students that they have is less than the admission of one branch of JK Shah classes. JK Shah classes as a branch in Borivali. That Borivali branch will have 4,000, 5,000 students. And all coaching classes combined in Bombay will have 4,000 students. Even 4,000 they will not. Hey, JK Shah sir was making profit abnormally. The others are not able to survive also. Forget that, beta. Bombay ka class, we have so many students in Ahmedabad, Baroda, ये कौन सा जगह, Bangalore, Chennai, so many batches. Right? So many places, Raipur, Jaipur, Kerala, there's one place, I don't remember the name, students, they are also here. Dubai also, sir, was supposed to start. So one class having so many students, it's a case of competitive advantage. So when it is a set of unique features of a company and its products that are perceived by the target market as significant and superior to the competition. See, it is achieved when the firm successfully formulates and implements the value creation strategy and other firms are unable to duplicate it or find it too costly to imitate. Others are not able to do this. The rest all better you read, please. Huh? Now, I said resources are there. Resources are to be used properly. And this part I'll just read. This is important. The sustainability of competitive advantage and a firm's ability to earn profits from its competitive advantage depends upon four major characteristics of resources and capabilities. Please understand. But it's important. Huh? What I was telling you, you are having competitive advantage, you are getting more than your competitors. But because this more that you are getting, you're not supposed to get it for 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. You want to get it forever. So how? Durability. The period over which a competitive advantage is sustained depends in part on the rate at which firms' resources and capabilities get deteriorated. Imagine I said that restaurant has an advantage because of the chef. If the chef is 65, 70 years of age, is going to retire in 3-4 years. That means how long you have advantage? For a lesser period of time. Hey beta, samajh mein aa raha hai na? Please, Vinay, understanding? So, I'll give you another example. Today's share market, na, after the morning lecture, I was trading. So, beta, trading mein, after I made some amount of money in the market, I was listening to some television channels. Okay, what suggestions they are giving. So I realized one particular television channel says, you should buy shares of JSW Steel, Jindal Steel Works. One other company said Steel Authority of India Limited, the other television channel. And then I realized what? Every particular television channel is saying the same scripts. So with a financial sector, what happens, sir? One particular channel gives you some particular information, everyone starts giving the same. So there is too much of what, come on, listen here, imitability. Copy kar sakte. But imagine a particular company made a Harley Davidson bike. Their coupon challenge, copy, show. If a particular company, Apple makes a particular iPhone with iOS, chalo karke batao, you're not able to do that. So come out with such kind of features in your product that it cannot be copied by others. That is what it means. Transferability, I said, students, I gave the example, if the chef comes to this particular restaurant, Mumbai Indians has a particular player, let us say Rohit Sharma, and Royal Challengers Bangalore tell, okay, you come here, we'll give you 5 crore rupees more. Rohit Sharma will go. Kya farak padta hai? Isn't that he is the servant of Nita Ambani? It's all money, na? And tomorrow Virat Kohli is told, "Ke idhar aa ja." Bola, "Arey, abhi aata hu, bhag bhag kya hoga?" Reason what? Beta, they are enjoying. Either to hum log pagal hai, we get so much engrossed. That year also people, my students used to say, this year RCB will win. Oh my God, tragedy. I don't know what will happen this year. Sahil is very optimistic, but chalo, God help you. Imitability, chalo fast. If resources and capabilities cannot be purchased by a would-be imitator, then they must be built from scratch. Yeah. How easily and quickly can the competitor build the resource and capability on which a firm's competitive advantage is based? This is the true test of immunity. For example, in finance, I just want to give the example. Innovations lack legal protection and are easily copied. Share market, tips that they give. where capabilities require networks of organizational routines whose effective depend on the corporate culture. Imitation is difficult. These examples I gave. Then appropriability. Appropriability, write that example I said, Walt Disney. What other example I said? Come on, tell me. Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar, and other you have the Ayushmann Khurrana. Ayushmann Khurrana will be a better employee. Why, beta? Come on. He will charge less and he'll give you good returns also. All the examples, beta, please note down. Here, please write down that example which I gave, competitive advantage. If you want, you can see this. Note down from here, please. I'll have a glass of water and come. Someone wants to chat. Kya bolta hai? We are waiting for RCB to win. You have to wait. You have no other option. Pune we don't have. I never said in Pune we have. Acha, Rajkumar Rao. Yeah. Allu, what is Allu? Allu Arjun, what is that? Allu Arjun, some actor. Acha, I don't know. Okay, but I'll start. Thank you. Okay. Now, that was, students, your competitive advantage. So what we have studied till now, please remember the first part that I explained to you, that was very, very important. Value chain analysis. You remember that example I said, students? Value chain analysis, what is the example I gave? Ford Motors, General Motors, Toyota. याद रहेगा example बेटा, please note down करो इसको. Next example I said, student, next thing I said, you have resources, men, material, machine, method, market, that point, and competitive advantage, but I gave this example as such. Chalo, let's go to the next part. See, durability we said just now. What is value creation? It's very easy. Value creation, beta. And then we come to the portfolio analysis. Listen. See, all of you please pay attention. Question is, what do you mean by value creation? Let's see. Who is the Swan कौन है ये वीडियो के ऑफिस का? अंशुल बाफना मारवाड़ी किधर देख रहा है? इधर देख. हाँ, सो रहा है क्या आंख खोल के? हाँ, चलो सुनो बेटा. हाँ, value creation, please understand, it's very easy. आता है मेरे को. How to understand value creation, beta? It's something like this. The concept wants to say that whenever a customer buys a product, he pays price for buying the product. And when he pays price for buying the product, he gets a product, and the product gives him value. So value is what he gets, and price is what he pays. पहला point clear? हम कुछ चीज लेते बेटा तो हमको वैल्यू मिलता है, और पैसा हम भरते, that is price. आगे, when I pay price for buying the product, I'm committing some kind of sacrifice. Why? Because money is going from my pocket. Second, when I'm getting value, basically it means I'm getting utility from that product. That is value, no? Isn't it? Now, beta, value creation will mean what? Simple. If you want that customer of yours should become a regular customer, when he goes paying the price with the product, he should have a feeling at the back of his mind that the sacrifice that he made was very less as compared to the utility that he gained from buying the product, or the price that he paid was less than the value that the product gave it to him. Till the time you have a feeling that I am getting a particular thing which is more precious, more valuable than the price that I'm having to pay, it means, bacha, you get a feeling that there is value for money. What the businessman has done, he has done value creation. He has made you feel, okay, you as a consumer, understand this word, beta, you as a consumer are left with consumer, come on, surplus. Consumer surplus, you understood, you studied that in economics, huh? I want to buy a pen. The pen, I'm ready to pay 100 rupees. And the pen is costing only 40 rupees. So I'm left with a surplus of 60. I'm very thirsty. I'm on a desert. I want water. I say I'm ready to pay for the bottle of water 50 rupees also. And there is one person who sells me for 12 rupees. So I'm left with a surplus of 38 rupees. So beta, first part in value creation is what? Consumers should get satisfied. At the same time, we should be left with consumer surplus. We should feel, wow, good product and reasonable. Now the question is, only the consumer should be satisfied. Does that mean, student, the businessman should suffer loss? No, a businessman should never suffer a loss. If he suffers a loss, he will not do business. He will not make the goods in future. So beta, when businessman sells the good now, he should also be able to make profit. If imagine I'm selling something to you which gives me profit, and second, it gives you utility. At the same time, you're left with consumer surplus. What have we done? We have done value creation. As long as, student, these two parties to a trade are happy, the relation will maintain and the customer will become, come on, tell me, bolo beta kya, customer will become a regular customer. I said, students in the morning, just now I said, now, a person comes for admission of his child, and while taking the admission, he says, I was also a student of J.K. Shah classes. That time also he felt he got more than what he paid for. J.K. Sir also made good amount of money. It's a win-win situation to both the parties. What are we doing? Value creation, right? That is this particular part, beta. See this. If you read this today at home, you'll understand. I'll not read this. I've explained everything. Now please, abhi maja aayega chapter mein, portfolio analysis. Portfolio analysis means you have to study what is an SBU. Then we have to study what is the experience curve. And then beta, we have to study something called as product life cycle hypothesis. Then portfolio tools. Kindly pay attention. Chalo, Niyati, unmute yourself. हो गया?
Yes, sir.
बेटा मुझे बताना, what do you mean by portfolio and what is portfolio analysis? Some idea?
Portfolio means expanding your business.
Expanding your business. Okay. कुछ और?
Means you have to diversify from your existing products, existing lines.
Please, who is this? Can I really raise your hand and please give the answer? Huh? अंशुल, हाँ बोल बेटा. अरे भाई रुका क्यों है? Unmute करो खुद को. Unmute yourself. हाँ बेटा.
Yes, sir. So portfolio is basically diversifying the company's the products and the business so that it grows into different directions, and get profit in all of these in the environment.
So you should get profit from all the places. ऐसा
Means
जरूरी है
we,
क्या?
no sir, means we have to diversify in each sector, that so that we will be a market competitor in each field.
Each field. Achha. Okay, good. Yeah, Dikshit. Hi, how are you? Tell me. Unmute yourself, beta. Unmute yourself. Dikshit, you've raised your hand, na? Unmute yourself. Chal, koi baat nahi. Listen, chalo, I'll explain, beta. Please listen properly. See, portfolio analysis, as they said rightly, basically portfolio would mean what now? Try to understand. You know, it basically means collection of certain things. So I cleared my 10th standard, 12th standard, BCom, MCom, MPhil, B.Ed, all these things I have. So I put all these things, students, in a particular file where all my certificates are kept. So I say that is my portfolio, right? But since this is management, your portfolio means something else. When I say portfolio over here, it would mean, students, as someone said very rightly, a particular company, listen, so I'll give you an actual example. There is this particular company in my country by the name ITC. ITC नाम सुना है? अंशुल, ITC का full form क्या है? Indian Tobacco Company. Indian Tobacco Company is a company which is the maker of Wills cigarette. Okay? Maximum sale of cigarette in India is of Wills company. Now, beta, excellent profit the company would make. This company is based in Kolkata, West Bengal. Very good profit they used to make. And this particular company, students, share prices used to be very high. And one of the best place where I've invested my money because it gives a very high rate of dividend. Last year, I think I did tell you, they gave more than 1500% dividend. Now, beta, ITC makers of cigarettes. Cigarette is a product which, while selling, they have to write, na, smoking kills. Cigarette smoking is injurious to health. So such kind of statutory warnings are there. Plus, at the same time, government imposes high amount of taxes on cigarettes. Plus, students, there are some particular international standards, environmental issues, which puts a lot of restrictions on these tobacco cigarettes. So ITC company somewhere thought, what? Okay, was cigarette, now it is very good. Future we don't know. Why? Because maybe tomorrow government will put a ban on the cigarettes. Today government is not putting a ban because government gets good tax revenue from this. But Modi, पता नहीं कभी कर देगा कुछ तो. So ITC did what? They said India is a country with 136 crore people. Why not we enter into a FMCG business? Fast moving consumer goods. So beta, they came with Sunfeast biscuits. They came with that Yippee noodles. They came with that bingo wafers. Then bacha, they said 136 crore people, if they take a bath every day, then they need soaps. So they introduced Fiyama Devils. They introduced Vivil soap. So many students in the country, so they want books to write. They started classmate notebooks. Then bacha, they came into the hotel business. So what they did is that they diversified. And now they have a portfolio of different companies, different divisions. And beta, very important idea is what? Not that we'll go in every sector. We can't go in every sector. But idea is this, if something goes wrong in one particular sector, cigarette sector, they say we have that Ashirwad Atta that we will sell. Sunfeast biscuits we will sell. Yippee noodles. So we'll be there in the consumer goods division. So what the company has done, prepared a portfolio. And all these particular divisions that it has, those divisions, it starts in the form of a SBU. SBU we studied in one of the lectures, Strategic Business Unit. So beta, SBUs could be, I given the example of Eicher Motor, if you remember. SBU, in the note I had given this example only, ITC company. So it can be a strategic business unit, something like this, SBU. See, portfolio analysis, the expression given is, can be defined as a set of techniques that help strategists in taking strategic decisions with regard to individual products or businesses in a firm's portfolio. It is primarily used for competitive analysis and corporate strategic planning in multi-product, multi-business firms. Multi-product, multi-business. So you are like one boy in the morning lecture said, that's an apt sentence for it, students. We don't keep all eggs in one basket. If you don't keep all eggs in one basket, what are you doing? You're diversifying your investments. So you're preparing a portfolio. In share market beta, where I'm working, I work in a department called as PMS. PMS is what? Portfolio Management Service. We take money from people and we prepare the portfolio. Idea is what? Risk can get divided. Now, see this. It is used for competitive analysis and corporate strategic planning. Then beta, SBU. Here I've given one illustration. Can we have a look, students? And this is very important, beta. Acha aapko lagega. How Tata created its business empire. 1868, Jamshedji Tata buys a bankrupt oil mill and converts it into a cotton mill, kicking off Tata Group's journey. So please, this is basic now. You can remember this, 1868 Tata Group started. Today Tata Group is a group worth $100 billion. Worth $100 billion. Such a big organization. How come? They have prepared a portfolio in different sectors. See, Tata company is there in metals. Metals may they have a SBU or a company by the name Tata Steel, Tata Metallics. Today Tata Metallics is called as Tata Sponge. See, IT may they have Tata LXI, Tata Consultancy Services. Finance may they have Tata Capital, Tata AIA, Tata AIG. AIG is American Insurance General Company. Finance may they have students. Automotive may have Tata Motors, Tata Jaguar, Land Rover, Range Rover. Imagine so many companies. I think in one of my lectures I had said, students, they have 28 to 29 listed companies and 100 businesses that they do. So one student had asked which other business. See this over here, you'll find they have written Taj Vivanta. That's another group of hotel, 5-star hotel, but a bit reasonable. Tata Ginger, Air Asia, Vistara. These are not student registered, listed companies, but they are there. So they can be all considered as companies they have started, but for Tatas, they are also looked upon as strategic business units because they are centers of making profit for them. Then beta, we need to know what is experience curve. Very easy. Experience curve, which I can explain like this. See, this said experience is your best teacher. You agree with that? If a particular thing you do again and again, then you become like a machine in doing that work. You learn the tricks of the trade so fast that some particular thing that used to take 10 hours to complete, now you're able to complete it in 5 to 6 hours. So experience curve would be like this. Pay attention. Downward sloping. If on the y-axis I show cost and here I show units produced. See what it is. Units produced is less, cost is more. Chalo aage bolo. As the unit produced becomes more, cost becomes less. One other example I can give, Anshul, idhar dekho beta. One lecturer had joined our classes for teaching economics of inter. First year when he taught student, it took 100 hours to complete the portion. Fine. Now he's been taking lectures for last 5 to 6 years. Now he completes the portion in 60 hours. Experience. Same thing you're doing again and again and again. Then what happened? Speed increases, quality improves, and beta, you become like a machine where errors become very less. So, experience. Last beta is what we need to know in this is, see, experience curve, which the diagram is also given over here. Once you go at home, you can read. At home, you can read it. Last part, it is product life cycle hypothesis. It says PLC is an S-shaped curve. I'll give you an example, you'll understand. See, bachche log suno, pay attention. Someone has written something. I'm having shares. Which share are you saying? Imperial Tobacco Company. Okay, good. There are many tobacco companies, Wazir Sultan Tobacco. There is one Godfrey Phillips. Godfrey Phillips, you know. There was one Modi, Lalit Modi, IPL wala. His father is the owner of that company. Anyway, but I'll come to this point. Product life cycle hypothesis. See, bachche log suno please dhyan se. Product life cycle actually says what? You know, imagine of a human being. A child is born, right? Then the child starts growing. Then bacha, after he has grown, he gets matured. Then he becomes old, and then one fine day, Ram Nam Satya hai. That is life now. Meaning what, bacha? Human being goes through some stages. Children's, right? After that, young, adult, old, and swaha. If that is the case with human beings, I think that is the case with products also. Previously, students, people, for entertainment, they used to have a television. Before that, they used to have a radio. And one day, black and white television got introduced. So black and white television got introduced. That was the introduction stage. Then many people started buying a television. Growth. Then, but sometime later, there were news that color television is coming. So what happened to black and white television, students? Maturity. And today, I think no one wants to buy a black and white television. So what has happened? That particular black and white television, life cycle of that product has almost ended. That is what we are trying to show over here, beta. See, understand? X-axis, we are showing the time. And here we are showing the stage, you can say. First stage, forget this, we'll start from here. Introduction stage, growth stage, maturity and saturation, and last is the decline stage. So if a question is asked in the exams, please, you cannot write the answer just and expect marks. You'll have to draw this. And what is written over here, students, all that now, you'll understand it eventually. First, understand this part. When a new product is introduced in the market, introduction stage, what are the two things that you need to know? When a product is introduced in the market at that point of time, listen, first, demand is less, production is less, sales is less, prices are high. Important, prices are high. Why? Because if you're manufacturing things Okay, if you're manufacturing things, students, initially, then very few people know, come to know, and if they want to buy, you ask them to shell out a higher price. So initial stages, sales is less, demand is less, people awareness is very low, and prices are high. Eventually, what will happen, students, in the growth stage? Many people come to know about the product. Fine. When many people come to know about the product, what happens? Demand increases, sales increases, competition also increases. First stage, there was no competition because only one company comes out with the product. Now, when competition increases, what will happen? Prices will fall. Price falls, demand rises. Then that particular thing, students, will come to which stage? Maturity, saturation. Meaning, bus. Now, somewhere people are getting the feelers what color television will come. So, demand may not rise, sales will not rise, prices will remain constant. And the moment color television comes, it will see the decline stage. I can explain this, students, through another example. Landline phone, when they were introduced, introduction stage, then growth happened. Then by the time pagers came, the maturity started, and now we have mobile phones. Landline phone has come to the decline stage. तो एक हिंदी में ऐड होता था ना, पहले मैं छोटा बच्चा था, बड़ी शरारत करता था, फ्रिज से आइसक्रीम चोरी करके खाता था, अंशुल, राइट, और भी बहुत कुछ करता था. आज मैं बड़ा हो गया, कल मैं बूढ़ा हो जाऊंगा. If that is our life cycle, even a product has same kind of life cycle, and that would be called as a life cycle hypothesis. Please, why we are studying this? Reason is simple. When you prepare a portfolio, you are supposed to be very clear of the three things: SBU, experience curve, and product life cycle. Because these three things will make a reference of it in all the portfolio tools that we are going to study. I mean, now very interesting part, portfolio tools. बेटा ये मुझे सब आता है. Only one request, please, अंशुल, while बेटा इधर सुनो, घर में दाल बाटी चूरमा बाद में खा लेना. हाँ, सुन बेटा ध्यान से. Now, portfolio tools, what I've explained to you, very interesting. And I love this particular topic. There are many metrics we have to study. How much I can complete it today, we'll see, but kindly pay attention. First portfolio tool we have, student, is called as BCG matrix. Vinay, you understanding? BCG beta is called as the Boston Consulting Group. You know, in India, we say we have the top 4 CA firms, not Deloitte, PwC, right? BCG is the best CA firm in the world. And BCG has come with the portfolio tool, students, of how you're supposed to make decisions of investment, divestment, all those decisions. Now, beta, this tool that they have now, it's also called by a name as growth share matrix. So it's also growth share matrix. Abhi, I'll explain, beta. Please, every word you listen properly, maja aega. You'll love, student. Concept is very interesting. What Boston Consulting Group says, so if you want to allocate, mind you the words I'm using, allocate your products, your businesses into different categories, then there are 2 things you have to understand. Which things? First of all, the industry in which you are operating. You have to find out the industry in which you're operating, what is the growth rate of the industry. माइंड यू बेटा क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं, growth rate of industry, and there it is said the growth rate of the industry can be high, growth rate of the industry can be low. Understand this. अंशुल सुन ध्यान से, ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री नियति एक एग्जांपल सुनो, मैं तुमको बोलता हूं. सपोज आई से टुडे देयर इज एन इंडस्ट्री which is concerned with making of mobile phones, and there is another industry which is concerned with making landline phone. तो साहिल मेरे को बोल, which industry growth is high and which industry growth is low? Mobile phone growth is high and landline phone growth is low. Prakriti, am I right beta? Okay, so growth share matrix में growth we have taken care of. Beta, what BCG is saying, allocation of resources should be done on what basis we are deciding. Na? So first you see the growth of the industry. You are doing business in a particular industry. What is the growth of that industry? Then beta, you are doing a business, that means you have a firm. You see what is the share of your firm in that industry. That share of the firm in that industry can also be high or it can also be low. Now, इसका मतलब क्या? बहुत easy. Imagine I have a particular company which makes Maruti car. So Maruti is a firm, and I have a company by the name Tata Motors. Both company makes cars, but out of these two companies, one company's share is high and one company's share is low. Which company's share is high? Beta bolo jaldi se. Which cars you see in the market and on the road generally? Maruti. Less of Tata cars. Bolo right है कि wrong है? Right है बेटा. इधर तक clear है. अब सुनो, बहुत simple है. Now BCG tells this. Understand? कि sir, if you have a firm and the product that your firm makes, the share of that product is very high. That means the product which you make now, it sells in the market, and maximum quantity your product is only sold. That means you are doing very good. And second thing, beta, the industry in which you're operating now, the growth rate is also very high. So beta, my firm is doing excellent. I'm doing best in the industry, and my industry is also performing well. The growth rate is very high. Then it is said, you will consider, if color dikhta nahi hai, sorry. Then it is said, students, you will consider this as a star. So star here means what? Star means my firm is the best firm in the industry, and that industry growth rate is very, very high. Now Vinay will tell me, beta, if I have a business where my firm is a star, means sales is maximum, industry growth is also maximum. Beta, resource allocation mein what will I do? I will invest money over here in this business, or I will not invest. Yes or no? Yes, na? So bacha, star mein what is the strategy you need to have? Invest. एक हिंदी में कहावत है, बोलते हैं चढ़ते सूरज को सब सलाम करते हैं. इसका मतलब ये चढ़ता सूरज है, right? सब सलाम करते. Other example I can give to you, BCCI, when they sign the annual contract with the players now, they have 3 to 4 categories in that. Where in the A category you have people like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Boom Boom Bumrah, right? And they are considered to be star. Why? Because they are good players, and at the same time, students, they perform well in most of the cricket matches. Star, pay them maximum. take them in most of the matches as such. First part. Abhi ulta. If you have a firm and the share of the firm is low, that means your firm is not doing good. And you are in an industry where the growth of the industry is also low. So, becha, neither you are doing good, neither that business is attractive. Then that will be called as a kutta, dog. नियति बेटा क्या करी स्टार में हम पैसा इन्वेस्ट करेंगे कुत्ते में क्या करेंगे यू विल इन्वेस्ट मनी और विल डाइवेस्ट मनी divest means what take out the money why because this is not चढ़ता सूरज this is ढलता सूरज इसको बच्चा कोई भी पूछेगा नहीं you getting my point बेटा ए विनय so dogs may I will divest whatever money I've invested over there now I'll take out the money from here and put it in star why I'll put it in star because star will give me good returns I know dogs will only bark they will not give me good returns again if I have a firm and my firm share is low that means I have a company I make a product but my product is not doing very good in the market. But the growth of the industry is very high. Oh ho, lafda ho gaya. Bacha suno dhyan se. I said what? My firm share is low. I'm not doing very good. Why? Because I'm concentrating more on star. So this particular product in which I'm dealing now, the industry growth is high. But the firm share is low. My company is not doing good. And my product is not that good. My product is not that big star. But industry growth is high. Then, bacha, this becomes a question mark. This becomes a wild cat. This becomes a problem child. Problem child mein, bacha, what is the strategy one should adopt is hold. Wait. Why wait? Simple. Beta, I know one thing for sure that a star will not always remain a star. There was a time that Sachin Tendulkar was a star. Today, no team wants him in. There is no team who wants Sachin Tendulkar to play for them. We don't want Sachin to play. He's become old, na? तो स्टार जो आज है बेटा वो कल स्टार नहीं रहेगा सो व्हाई आई शुड होल्ड ऑन टू माय क्वेश्चन मार्क नियति बिकॉज वन डे आई विल ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट माय क्वेश्चन मार्क इनटू स्टार कटैक अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो बेटा व्हाट वाज द स्ट्रेटजी इन स्टार टेल मी इन्वेस्ट कुत्ते में क्या करो डाइवेस्ट क्वेश्चन मार्क में होल्ड मींस होल्ड ऑन wait for some time star is giving me more returns so I should preferably get more returns from there when star becomes complacent मतलब राजा के जैसा बैठा है king of good times तो बच्चा स्टार जाएगा कोई नया स्टार आ जाए and last students see this when you are in an industry where the growth of industry is low धंधा बंद हो रहा है industry is not doing good and beta your firm share is high. Firm share is high. That means your product is very good. But that business that you are talking now, that business is almost a dying business. Then bacha, this will be called as a cash cow. What is cash cow? Simple. You know that this cash cow today was yesterday a star. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yesterday was a star. Today has become a cash cow. So what we should do? We should tell Rishabh Pant, जा उसके घर में बेबी सिटिंग कर, सीख उससे कैसा करने का विकेट कीपिंग. We will now not invest money in cash cow. What money we have invested in cash cow, na, that money we'll try to harvest out from. Harvest means what, beta? Don't put more money, but whatever returns you can get from him, take it. And that money you put it in star. बेटा लाइफ में हमेशा याद रखो, चढ़ते सूरज को सब सलाम. One who is rich, most of the times is respected. And Suren, if you are respecting someone only because he is rich, how long that respect will remain, we don't know, because that star one day will become cash cow. अभी going ahead, अभी सोचो बेटा, जिंदगी की यही रीत है कि जो क्वेश्चन मार्क था वो स्टार बन जाएगा. When Sachin Tendulkar was playing in my team, Navita, we had a bouquet of the best players in India. थोड़ा पानी पी लेता, 1 second. See, when Sachin Tendulkar was playing now, that time we did not have one star. Rahul Dravid was there. VVS Lakshman was there. Arey was Saurav Ganguly Dada was there. Virendra Sehwag was there. They were all stars. That time I remember students, एक छोटा सा नन्ना सा प्यारा सा विराट कोहली भी आया था. He was just a question mark. Once in the match, Robin Singh got injured and Rohit Sharma was taken. Rohit Sharma came to bat 7 down. 7 down. And beta, he played such beautifully. People said he is Rohit Sharma. Marega sala bhi kisi ko bhi. So they could see the stars in these particular questions. So what they did, they first preserved their stars. Saurav Ganguly, Dada, become the captain. Rahul Dravid, the wall, you remain sir. Sachin Tendulkar, बहुत पैसा दिया. But bacha, age catches up. So these stars will not remain star forever. So what does happen? Our Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli came here, they became star. Hey, bolo beta, barabar hai na? Yes. Now when Rohit Sharma has become a star, Virat Kohli has become a star. Bacha, till yesterday, Rishabh Pant was a question mark. I'm right. There are other small players who मुझे नाम नहीं याद आ रहा है. वो एक बहुत अच्छा player है, left-handed, Prithvi Shaw, ना? Prithvi Shaw is a question mark. But if you see him batting, my God, he's tremendous. Padikkal is one bowler. There are 2-3 other good batsmen. ये सब question mark है. But we are nurturing them to make stars. What is the duty of the star? Star should not become complacent. Complacent मतलब ऐसा नहीं, राज्य कैसा, king of good times, किंगफिशर लेके बैठेगा, पागल भाग खेल, है ना, यो टेस्ट दे, है ना, become good. Why? Because star will eventually become a cash cow. And then students, a time come when you are not enough good for a cash cow. I'm sorry, beta, you'll become a dog. Bishan Singh Bedi, Sunil Gavaskar, they were once upon a time star. They became cash cow. Dog. Don't take in the literal sense. Today, what I mean, today no one will invest money in these players as such. Niyati, barabar che, samajh mein aaya beta, to what considerations are there? Growth in the industry and share, firm share. It can be star, cash cow, dog, or question. All of you listen now. I give you one question. This was asked for 2 marks. In my notes, students, we have given this, but still, there is a company by the name Apple. Apple has one product, iPhone, one product, iPod, one product, iPad, one product, MacBook. If these 4 products, have to put them in these 4 categories. Where will you put them and why? Think and give an answer. And please, better we talk, huh? Listen, just sitting like that makes no sense. सोचो और मुझे आंसर दो. Raise your hands if anyone has ready the answer. Mind you, whatever answer you give me the reason. That will be making better. Sahil, हाँ बेटा बोल. Unmute किया खुद को. Unmute करो बेटा खुद को. Yeah, please start.
Yeah, sir. So first I'll put iPhone in start.
iPhone is start. Okay.
Because everyone purchases it and it's a brand like मतलब Apple को अभी सिर्फ iPhone ही बोलते हैं.
Okay.
iPhone in start. Then iPod I'll put in dog. Because now
iPod dog. Okay.
Because now no one uses iPod right now because every facility is given by there's there in the phone, so why to use iPod?
Okay, good, very good.
And iPad I'll put in cash cow. No, sorry. Yeah, iPad I'll put in cash cow.
Okay, reason beta?
iPad I'll put in cash cow because like it was I'm not getting a specific
No problem.
And MacBook I put in star because there are people now using MacBooks. Like now there's online classes going on, so people uses a MacBook. So future there's scope for MacBook.
So for you, MacBook is a star.
A question mark.
Question.
So there's a scope in future.
Okay, good, very good, good. हाँ अंशुल बोल बेटा, unmute करो खुद को. Unmute yourself. You're not audible. Unmute yourself. नहीं आ रहा है. Anyone else who wants to give? Dikshit, you want to say something? Unmute yourself, beta. First unmute, na. I can't listen to you. Come on, tell me, Dikshit.
Sir, I'm audible.
Yeah, please.
Sir, first I put star of the iPhone because it is largely growing in the world, and most of the sales and sales is there. And second, shall I put the cash cows of the MacBook?
MacBook will be cash cow, okay?
Yes, sir. Because ability to find the questions in the marks or the stars is there, to ability is there. But and I will put the question mark to the new ventures, means question mark.
Question mark to?
To iPad.
Achha. iPad, okay.
Because it's become the stars and the other devastated, and it's getting to the not getting for the and it's not getting to the comparable for the iPhone and the MacBook, and it's getting the less sales because for the comparable for the iPhone and MacBook, because it is the low processor as there. So, and in the iPod, it is the lowest old version in this generation.
Oh, okay.
It's because iPod as came in my way. The iPod has came in the 2009 and 10 in the series. And people on the time it's getting the rush and most popularity in there in the iPod. But nowadays is not there in the iPod.
Okay, good, excellent, very good.
Thank
you. Anyway, beta, one particular correction I would make. Please listen. Sahil also and Dikshit also. One particular thing, please understand. Star iPhone. Reason number one. Any person who wants to buy a phone and if he has money, he'll buy an iPhone. Like he said, it's iPhonic, right? So, best high firm's share is also high, growth of the industry is also very high. Obviously, Apple would invest lots of money in this to improve the quality. They'll come out with new versions of it, better features. Start. iPod becomes a dog. Why dog? Because with an iPod, whatever are the features in an iPod, you get it in an iPhone. So there is no need today to buy an iPod. If you want to listen to songs or something like that, students, your iPhone is sufficient. So maybe today, what will they do? Please understand. In iPhone, they will invest. In iPod, they will divest. Divest means what? They'll take out the money. They'll not do more production, more research on this. Rather, divert the money from dog to the star. So this divestment which they have made, they'll put the money in the star. Now, two corrections, beta. See, today many people make use of a laptop. Many people. But when you talk of a laptop, which name comes to your mind? My son tells me, Papa, you buy a HP. Someone says, sir, buy a Dell. Someone says, buy from Samsung. So, beta, there is competition. And there may be some who say MacBook is good. Now, see, in this scenario, MacBook share is very, very less. Dikshit, Sahil, beta, share is very less. But laptop as a business, growth is high. Today, to take the lecture also, beta, I need a laptop. So if the growth of laptop business is high, but MacBook share is low, then beta, MacBook becomes a question mark. MacBook becomes a question mark. Reason is what? Simple. I am having a particular MacBook. It's a very good laptop, but there are some issues in that. One boy in the morning lecture said, sir, it gets heated very fast. Okay, maybe there may be some other issues, and Apple is not concentrating more on it because they are getting good money from the start. And beta, as far as iPad is concerned, today any person who wants to buy an iPad would say, I'll spend some more money and buy a laptop. So most of the function of iPad are done in the laptop. In fact, even a mobile phone would do most of the services, most of the function. So beta, iPad becomes a cash cow. How come cash cow? As far as iPad is concerned, it is the best product from Apple company. But industry growth has become very, very low. So what it is supposed to do in this business, harvest. Harvest means what? As much as possible, sell and take out the money from this. Because we know cash cow will also become a dog one day. iPhone will become a cash cow one day. And then, bacha, your laptop will become a star. So this is the way the process will go. First part. That was the BCG matrix. I think it's clear. See, beta, your stars, market share, high, low, market growth rate, high, low, and this explanation is given. What is star? All that. I'll read one paragraph in this, students. See, you'll have to read this, students, please. And that's very easy. I've said almost everything in this. What are the 4 strategies that can be pursued? Build. Build over here means what? Build the star. And how do I build the star? By making more investments in it. So here the objective is to increase market share even by foregoing short-term earnings in favor of building a strong future with large market share. So build up. Hold the question mark. Here the objective is to preserve the market share. Harvest, iPad. Objective is to increase short-term cash flows regardless of long-term effect. And divest over here means what? Which are dog, sell it now. Sell or liquidate the business because resources can be better used elsewhere. Okay, boys and girls, Vinay, understanding? Sure. Now, beta, this next one is GE matrix. Listen now. This is also very easy, provided you understood the first one. See, GE matrix, G is actually General Electric company. The question can be asked in the exam is GE 9-cell matrix. Someone has a question. Chat mein kya likha? Harvest. Okay, I'll explain harvest, beta. Harvest is easy. Take this example. In the morning batch, I give this example. There is one company in Bombay, bacha by the name MTNL. Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, which gives what? Landline phone services. Anyone wants a landline phone, it is through MTNL. Now, MTNL students' share is very high. But as far as landline phone is concerned, the growth of the industry is very low. So MTNL is not supposed to make any investments in that business now. Getting my point? They will not make any investments. But whatever lines are already given, they are getting rent from them now. Collect the rent from them till the time they are maintaining that phone. So what are we doing? We are harvesting. If one person says from a factory, I want 2-3 more connections. So better that pillar is there, from there they'll connect it through a particular wire. So that will give them earning. That will give them a source of making income. Harvesting. Divesting means what? You sell that. So harvesting, how you harvest the crops. Here also you have given telephone connections. Take rent from people. Take from them the normal telephone charges. Okay, now come to the next one, beta. This is related to the previous one. GE, I said, is General Electric company. It has made a matrix which is called as 9-cell matrix. 9-cell, why? Till now we studied a matrix which was 2x2. GE is a 3x3 matrix. It was developed by the GE company with the help of the firm McKinsey. I mean, listen, beta, whenever you're studying this GE matrix, it should always be studied in the background of the first matrix that we studied. What are the first matrix we studied? Come on, tell me. That was BCG. What is the other name for BCG matrix? Come on, tell me. Growth share matrix. So remember, vertically I wrote growth and horizontally I wrote what? Share. Abhi suno beta, please. This part should be clear. GE company said, yes sir, we don't agree with the BCG matrix. Well, they said BCG matrix is not competent enough, proper enough to give an idea about allocation of resources. Well, why? What happened? What reason? What problem hai? So, well, sir, and so on. That makes sense with that. To understand this. Okay, BCG matrix mein vertical axis we used to show growth of the industry, and we said growth of the industry can be high or growth of the industry can be low. Right. Question is, sir, growth of the industry is high. If you say, then that particular investment comes in star category, right? So we say it's a plus point. We should make investments in this. G says we don't agree. Why? Plus, sir, if in an industry the growth is high, then, sir, very soon the entire market will get exhausted. Understand my point? Market will get exhausted, meaning what, beta? There will be no one to service, no one to sell the goods in the market. Then how can you say high growth rate is good? High growth rate is not good, sir, because if the market growth rate is very high, then maybe 100% market is captured. If 100% market is captured, then where you have the market to sell? So क्या होना चाहिए? Instead of having growth on the y-axis, we should show market attractiveness. Market attractiveness का मतलब बेटा, is there some scope for you in the market? तो बोला market attractiveness can be high, medium and low. So 3. Now students, share. BCG said we should consider the share of the firm. Share of the firm. We listen beta. And then it said, according to BCG, if the share of the firm is high, then we put that particular firm in star category. Bola, sir, a firm share may be high, but the customers may not be, loyal to the company. Customers may not be loyal to the company. का मतलब क्या नियति? इसका मतलब simple ये understand कि the customers may opt for other company. Example, Niyati had a Airtel, Vodafone, till what time? Till the time Jio came. And the moment Jio came, beta, what you did? Example, बच्चा चलो क्या किया होगा? बहुत से लोगों ने they ported their number from Airtel to चलो बोलो Jio. So your share may be high. Vodafone share was very high, but what? Tell me. The moment Jio came with this particular features, people shifted. Plus, sir, so what is needed? Not market share, but your business strength. And your business strength comes from where? Whether the customers are loyal to you or not. Now, loyalty means what over here? Imagine Niyati's mom goes one day to buy jewelry from, let us say, Kalyan Jewelers. Example, beta. Now she would go to Kalyan Jewelers to buy jewelry, and now when Niyati wants to buy jewelry, she also goes to Kalyan Jewelers. That is loyalty. Hey, bachche log, right now, your mom would buy best of the sarees. Yahan pe bacha, are these females over here, if they want to buy best silk sarees, they say we'll go to Kala Niketan, or they'll go to one particular store. I remember, what is that? Nalli's, some particular shop is there. They all buy from there. So I remember my sisters used to buy from there, my wife buys from there, my mom used to buy from there. That is customer loyalty. Hey, bachalo, samajh mein aa raha hai ki nahi? I would go and eat in one particular restaurant. Now my son has to go to eat. He says, Papa, I'll go in that restaurant. So what is important? Not the share, but business strength. And business strength can also become on what? Strong, medium and low. So you see, student, there are 9 boxes that comes over here. And that is what we say 9 cell matrix. Abhi suno, ye khali dabba bataya abhi. Now what is the decision to be taken? Very simple hai beta. G is an electric company, na? So what they did, they showed resource allocation on the basis of the color of the traffic signal lights. Traffic signal light, students, you know, can be green. Green represents what? Go. Go here represents invest. Red light represents what? Stop. So stop represents what? Divest or harvest. And yellow or amber represents what? Get ready. So here what it says? Hold on. Hold on. Understanding should be what, students? See this over here. Chalo beta, suno. G matrix. What are the 2 things that we are considering? I said, students, come on, tell me. Market attractiveness and business strength. On the y-axis, we'll be showing market attractiveness. X-axis, business strength. Okay. Who introduced this GE company? Either likha hoega kidhar beta. GE 9 cell matrix. This is called as So McKinsey and Company. See what it says, the strategic planning approach in this model has been inspired from traffic control lights. The lights that are used at crossing to manage traffic are green for go, amber or yellow for caution, and red for stop. So see, that light also we have made over here. Bacha, chalo bolo, green for go, caution, and red for stop. Now bacha, see, I've made that particular thing. X-axis, we are showing business strength. Y-axis, we are showing market attractiveness. Be very clear, this is because of the drawback of what? Come on, BCG matrix. Abhi, beta, all of you listen, please pay attention. I said market attractiveness can be what? Come on, high, medium and low. Business strength can be what? Strong, medium and low. Abhi, Niyati, tell me, if you are in a business where your strength is very strong, customers are loyal to you, and beta, market is very attractive, that means you have good scope to enter the market and make money, then if you are in that business, that product you are making, what you should do, beta? You should invest. You should what? Come on, invest. Listen, Sahil, if you are in a business where your business strength is low, market attractiveness is also low. So neither business is good, neither the industry is attractive. So what do? I divest. Divest means what? I sell off and I take the money. A person says, I have a particular unit for making plastic bags. But a government is putting a ban on plastic bags and you are making plastic. So is the market attractive? Market is not attractive. And you also are not much interested. You're not doing it. So better sell, take the money, sit at home now. COVID, 1 lakh cases are coming every day. Sit at home with your wife, happy. So first and the last one, bacha, we understood invest and divest. Now, beta, it's very easy. If the business strength is medium, but the market attractiveness is high, then also he says invest. And beta, business strength is high and the attractiveness is medium, invest. Meaning what? First three cases you are supposed to invest money. So those which are adjacent to invest may investment. Divest was the last one. Adjacent to both that is harvest. Harvest means what? Whatever money you have invested now, harvest, take out the money from there. And beta, the center line is what? Protect. Protect means just see, business strength is low, but the market is very attractive. Market is very attractive का मतलब क्या होगा? I will now work on that particular product and make it bring in the category of investment. But always remember, anything that rises will fall, right? And anything that falls also rises. But here, what I'm trying to say, यहाँ पे तो बच्चा product is at what stage? Come on, tell me. The business strength, come on, is low. I'm not very good at this, but the market is very attractive. So what will I do? Just now we said, I'm not very good in making the laptops because I'm not interested in this. Reason is I want to make more money in what? Come on, mobile phones. The moment mobile phone does not give me good returns, what will I do? I'll shift over here. So bacha, this 3-line diagonally is all yellow, which will eventually become, come on, what? Invest. Am I right? Understanding? And then do what? Find some new business sources where you'll have more areas to invest in. That was, students, your GE matrix. See, beta, it says now, if a product falls in the green section, the business is at advantageous position. To reap the benefits, the strategic decision can be to expand and to invest and grow. If a product is in the amber or yellow zone, it needs caution and managerial discretion. It's called for making the strategic choices. Preferably, beta, if I'm there, I'll try to make it in the green channel. And if a product is in the red zone, it will eventually lead to losses. That would make things difficult for the organization. In such cases, the appropriate strategy is retrench, divest, or liquidate. Page 2, Nikal Jota. Retrench means sell it off, right? I mean, but see, this part actually, I should have written it first. But while studying, you'll realize I said this model is similar to the BCG growth share matrix. Similar, no? That was 2 by 2, this is 3 by 3. And this is made out of the drawbacks of BCG only, no? Only the difference is what? Firstly, market attractiveness replaces market growth. And secondly, competitive strength replaces market share. BCG was 2 by 2, this is 3 by 3 matrix. Any doubts over here, boys and girls? Please tell me, Niyati, understood, beta? Anshul, Bafna, Dikshit, chalo beta, I'll give you 5 minutes ka break, then we'll have a 10-minute session. Huh? Yes, please. So, tell me, anyone has some doubts? Beta, Vinay, bolo beta. Unmute yourself, Vinay.
Audible, sir.
Yeah.
Just a general question, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
As you said, a star can become a dog one day.
Star, yeah, huh?
Is there any chance that a dog can become a star one day, sir?
No, don't get me wrong.
No.
I gave the example of cricketers just to make things clear.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, star, dogs, and all these things are concerned with products.
Yeah.
You know? So today, a landline phone business was once upon a time a what star, no? Because we had no mobile phone, no pagers. It became a cash cow when mobile phones came.
Yeah.
Now it will become a dog. Maybe in less developed countries, you'll find that it is becoming a star. But as development happens, तो बेटा नहीं होगा ऐसा ना?
Just for a curiosity, I asked.
Yes. नहीं, okay.
Okay, thank
Sahil,
you.
बोल बेटा. Sahil, unmute yourself.
No, Sahil. Actually, that was by mistake.
अच्छा, okay. दीक्षा बेटा unmute करो खुद को. Unmute yourself, Dikshha. क्या बेटा बोलो, tell me.
Sir, can you explain internal linkages?
Yeah. Internal linkages was this now. See, I was explaining to you all that particular value chain analysis. May the first step is what? Inbound logistics, right? Inbound logistics is what? Getting the raw material. After getting the raw material, the next stage is operations. After operations, we have what come on? Outbound logistics. Now, beta, when I'm saying in integration, synchronization, internal linkages, it means what? Ensure that the raw material come in the factory on time. Every stage of production, when you need a particular semi-finished product, it is available. When production takes place, electricity is available, raw material is available, labor is available. Outbound logistics ensure that the goods reach the godown. Then see that you do marketing and sales properly. If a company is good in bringing raw materials but not good in making marketing or sales, then the goods will remain in the godown only. If a company is good in marketing goods and not doing services, then also what will happen? The end result is not good. So there should be internal linkages. Every activity has to be linked. If Diksha is very good in accounts, is that the end of the show? Diksha has to clear 10 papers in Inter, na? So there has to be a linkage. You have to allocate time to each and every subject. That is internal linkage, right? external linkage means what? This particular linkage has to be with those particular factors: procurement, human resource development, other firm infrastructure, research and development, then human resource development. All that is. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Amida. That's it. Who's this? Vinay. Vinay, want to ask some question? Unmute yourself, beta. Vinay. Dikshit, any doubts? Beta, bolo. Tell me. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Sir, I'm audible?
Yeah.
Sir, please, could you explain the general electric matrix, sir?
Yeah. See, G matrix, what did I said now? Beta,
Sir?
yeah, listen. I told you the first matrix I explained to you was BCG,
Yes, sir.
Boston Consulting Group.
Yes.
BCG said it is a growth share matrix. Growth, beta, we are talking about growth of the industry. Share, we are talking about share of the firm. So what GE company says, so industry growth is not an important factor. Reason is, an industry growth may be high, but the market may get exhausted. So if the market is exhausted, beta, where will you sell the goods? Like I was telling you, tele-density has become 90. Remember that tele-density has become 90 means what? Out of 100 people, 90 people have a mobile phone. 10 people can't afford. So now there is scope for you to give mobile phone services to anyone else. There is no further scope. So instead of growth, what is important to know is market attractiveness. Market attractiveness means when I enter in the market, is there some scope for me? Will I get some customers? So there is a possibility that market is very attractive. You will get many customers, high, medium, and low. If a company wants to sell its goods in India, why they come and sell goods in India? Because the market is very attractive. Why it is attractive? Because beta, we have so many people, population is high. Then beta, on this axis, on the x-axis, we had shown share of the firm. Now what do we say? Share of the firm name. We should consider business strength. Business strength means what? Are the customers loyal to their sellers? So business strength can be what? Strong, medium, and low. And then you have those 3 green points, 3 yellow points, and 3 red points. Okay? That's it. What was it? Niyati, beta unmute karo khud ko. Video on karo beta.
Am I audible, sir?
You're audible, but I can't see your face. Niyati Bansali, yeah.
So basically this driving forces means some changes in the environment which will have a huge impact on our business, correct?
If it has a huge impact, then they are key driving forces. But there are some particular forces which may impact us in small manner. Well, all right, you're right, beta. Those are driving forces, like pandemic. It has become a driving force in the coaching classes industry. Some coaching classes which still have that benches, table and blackboard and all that stuff. Kya fayda uska?
Yes,
Right,
correct. Sir. Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta. Bye, everyone. That's it. Niyati, you have still some doubt? Beta, unmute karo.
No, sir.
Okay, chalo, bye bye. God bless you.
Thank
Good
you.
evening. Bye. Bye. Harvest, beta. Someone wants harvest also? Harvest, I said, nah, don't close. But take out the money from the business as much as possible.